Each of those stone circles is about 50 feet across, connected by what you call a highway. And so far, Michael Tillinger has documented over 10 million of those circles. So the pyramid complex, there it is. There's see that right there, right there? There's 50 million of those in East Africa, all in a straight line directly under the pyramids. That is a huge machine that was involved in terraforming. The ancient Africans literally shaped the earth and made it livable. That's part of the wisdom and the legacy of ancient Egyptian metaphysics and ancient Ifa. Ifa has the key to how to terraform the planet. That information can be used to terraform the other planets in our solar system. That information is known by the few who control the many. I know that they know because I grew up with them. I know what they know. They know that I know, and they're not happy with me for sharing about it. So the point is, as fantastic as that sounds, as hard to believe as that sounds, that whole system of terraforming is predicated on the ability of the initiate priest to blend their consciousness with the consciousness of the planet itself. The process of learning how to do that is called Iwa Poeli. People say it's good character. No, the word Iwa Poeli means I come to greet the earth. Iwa Opwe Ile. Iwa, the coming, Opwe, the greeting, the spirit of greeting, Ile, the earth. So we come to greet the earth to learn how to work with the earth, to form a environment that supports unconditional love. It's not complicated. So arguing that what I'm saying is not possible, okay, you can believe whatever you want. You can argue with me about it. I'm not inclined to argue much. But the other thing we can do is see if it's true. You understand? We can connect. Here's the point I'm making. And this, I think this might be a good place to call it a day. The point I'm making for today is, if you and I pray together, it's not twice as good, it's 3 times as good. If 10 people pray together, it's not 10 times as good, it's 100 times as effective. 16 people pray together, and I've seen this in Africa many times. When 16 people are praying together, they're all on the same page, they're all of the same intention, they're all coming from a place of unconditional love. They're not worried about being jealous about who's in charge, who knows more, and who does it correctly. When they're all on the same page, functioning in a state of prayer, physical reality changes as they speak, which would confirm your idea that you live on a different earth. If you're engaged in effective prayer, the earth itself will change in front of your eyes as you speak and become a different place.
So that's what it is. Is it about like the fact that like my prayer, like probably even upon my own like demise, it caused the earth to change to form like within like, and is that really what the divination method does? Is that instead of you going down one way, based on the prayers and based on the ebo, like the not the sacrifice, but the offering you give, it actually changes your trajectory in almost like the not, I don't want to get all science fiction and sci-fi on people, but it's almost like, Doctor, what's that thing on what's that, what is it, Marvel Comics, like how you had that thing Doctor Strange, or was it Doctor?
Yes, well, it's not like that. It is that, and the ability to change our physical environment is predicated on our ability to work together from a place of unconditional love. Once we're able to do that, we're able to create any world we want. And the people who want to control the world and control the world's resources don't want you to figure that out. They don't want you to engage in that activity. All we have to do to put a stop to the foolishness in Washington now is to join together and create an alternative by agreement. And we outnumber the negative people that are trying to keep us subdued by huge numbers. I mean, it's like less than 1% of 1% of the population is controlling everything. And the only question is, why are we letting them do that? And we're letting them do that because we're buying into the propaganda of the narrative that teaches us that we're worthless, we can't do anything, we can't be effective, and we have to violently react to anybody who disagrees with us. None of that's true at all, not even a little bit. So we have to consider the value of the alternatives. And I would say the values of the alternative are worthy of consideration and clearly expressed in Odu Ifa. So next time I speak,
Hold on, I have one person here that she came here earlier
that's
when we were
fine.
trying to
Yeah.
get everything together. She
Any
really
questions? That's fine. It's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is that um it is said that Odu Ifa is built on binary codes, and that the computers that exist today and probably in ancient times as well was built on binary codes. So my question is that um is the earth itself, the animals, the human beings, everything built, oh wow, is built on binary codes? Or
Yeah, listen, you're on the right track. I'm going to explain that. It's going to take a little bit of a minute.
okay.
But the entire structure of creation is rooted in what's called a Merkaba. You know what a Merkaba is?
Yes.
Odu is a two-dimensional symbolic representation of an energy pattern called a Merkaba. A Merkaba is two counter-rotating three-sided pyramids within a torsion sphere. All right. So that structure is the fundamental structure of subatomic particles. Hence, the structure of every single thing in creation is based on the Merkaba. Now, the Merkaba, if you understand that personal consciousness is not, there it is not our consciousness. We see the world with the consciousness of the Creator itself. And so that the consciousness of the Creator comes into the physical world through the use of geometric patterns. The most fundamental geometric pattern through which the Creator speaks to us is called a Merkaba. So the Odus that we use in the binary system is a shorthand. It's a two-dimensional way of drawing three-dimensional energy patterns, which become very complex once you go into third, fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions, almost impossible to draw. So we shorthand that. We make that simple. We put it into a two-dimensional format. So if you look at the Merkaba and you see that the three-sided pyramid has 4 points of contact with the circumference of the sphere, and each of those points of contact, 3 at the base, 1 at the top, 4 points of contact, can be either opened or closed. And if it's open, it allows for electromagnetic energy to come into the sphere and generate a particular resonance, and the resonance then generates geometric form. This is the meaning of the universal phrase, in the beginning was the word, not the word, the resonance created by a Merkaba, the Merkaba being the portal through which God's consciousness comes into the world. So the point being is that if you're doing Ifa and you're marking the binary system on the tray, that becomes a portal for the consciousness of God. And when you go into an altered state called Elah, you connect with that consciousness. And it's that connection that allows you to interpret the Odu and effectively do prayers that will cause elevation and transformation. So the point that you're making that's been overlooked, which is important, is the binary system used to program computers. I'm going to draw you a picture. Maybe it'll make sense. All right. You do computer programming? You know what that looks like?
I do. And that's why I was trying to say, when I talk about like that whole experience of like near death, it almost is like a computer. Like when you go to play Grand Theft Auto, right? You might pass on, but you get another life. And then
I'm going to show you something. So this is what computer binary system programming looks like. It's typically read, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's read from right to left.
Oh wow.
In sequence like that, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what the computer people don't realize is, even though this was designed to work like that, it still works like this. So this is a series of Odus that are maps of consciousness that have been coded into computers from day one of their invention. And that consciousness controls those machines in ways that we barely understand. And we better understand it quickly, because they're fixing to be manipulated by people that have no sense of ethics at all.
Is
And
that
so
what AI is? Is that the ability to go
A-
side and
AI is a feeble attempt by some really dumb people to explain what I just said and work that to their advantage and make sure you don't understand what this really means. That's
Wow.
what AI is. And so we in EFI have the key to explaining that. We have the key to working that to our advantage. We have the key to salvation. We have the key to the elevation of consciousness. We have the key to not be sold into slavery for the umpteenth millionth time. We have the key to transcend the narrative created by Trump, Musk, and Gates and find our own purpose in life, find our own reason for existence, find our own creativity, and find our own joy in engaging with others in the act of unconditional love.
and you know what? And that's probably why like learning divination is important. Rather than going to AI to find your answers, you can actually use divination.
Listen, I read AI. You've seen AI has been explaining E5 for the last year, okay?
Mm.
And the only way I get a taboo against using bad language. If I didn't have that taboo, I'd
Oh,
tell you
yeah, you want to cuss so bad, don't you?
AI is nonsense. If you believe any of their explanations of anything in NEFA, you're wasting your time and you're not going to get anywhere and you're going to think you're smart and you're going to stay stuck. And it's all going to be, you're going to look back in your life and think, wow, I could have actually studied IFA instead of dealing with this foolishness. So avoid that heartache and actually study IFA. That's my point.
Do you have another question, Nyla?
Yeah, I do have another question. So would you say that the Odu Meiji, like the foundation of the earth, the seas, the land, is built on the Meijis? And would when it comes specific to like a flower or a person, does it then split off to compounding Odus?
Oh yeah, no, sort of. The Meiji Odus are the foundation of all consciousness throughout creation. If have you been through Ifa initiation?
Yes.
Okay, so the ritual is this is the ritual in metaphysical terms.